Hey, what's going on, Flix Talkers? Welcome back to another set of the Twilight Zone reactions. This time, Season 2, Episodes 5 and 6. Episode 5 is entitled The Howling Man, and Episode 6 is entitled Eye of the Beholder. Now, I'm really excited to jump back into this series for 2026, and you guys have been leaving some amazing trivia, amazing comments below on what's to come, or at least what is some cool trivia about the previous episodes I've been watching. So please, I urge you to keep leaving those comments down below. They're much appreciated. And like always, guys, I know nothing about these episodes, so the less I know, the better, so you guys get my genuine and honest thoughts along the way. So enough talking, let's get to watching. But before we do, if you guys want to show love and always support the channel, simply make sure to hit that big thumbs up. It's completely free. It goes a long way, and it does help to spread these videos out to those that aren't subscribed. And if you yourself aren't subscribed, consider subscribing today for more reactions like this, live streams, and so much more here on the channel. Also, if you guys are watching these reactions on YouTube and want to watch the full, uncensored, and unedited cut of these reactions, make sure to click on my Patreon link down in the description below, where you guys can join today for a 7-day free trial and pick the shows and movies that I get to watch next. All right, Flix Talkers, so without further ado, Episode 5, Season 2, entitled The Howling Man.
You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination. Your next stop, the Twilight Zone.
Many years ago, after the First World War, I was on a walking trip through Central Europe. One night, I got lost in a storm.
In a storm just like this. So are we gonna have double narrators, Rod Serling and this guy? That's an evil looking castle.
Yes? What is it?
Oh my God.
And I'm lost.
I'm sorry we don't allow visitors in the Hermitage.
I'm a stranger here. I'm lost.
Why is this guy dressed like one of the 12 disciples, though? God, interesting angle. I feel like I'm getting vertigo right here. Like I'm walking on a boat or something. What?
I'll be all right once I dry out.
Wait here. I have to speak to Brother Jerome.
Who?
Now, Mr. Ellington. Now.
They're definitely trying to keep out a certain type of person, so they're very weary of him entering. For sure, 100%. I'm sure they don't get many visitors either. Whoa.
The prostrate form of Mr. David Ellington, scholar, seeker of truth, and regrettably finder. A man
Must talk with you.
This way.
That was a weird interaction, a weird exchange.
No one asked me to come here, I realize that, but that's no excuse for your behavior.
My son.
I'm not your son.
You don't understand.
So why don't you tell me? Why in such a hurry for me to leave? What are you afraid I'll find out? I seriously doubt if you have the authority to imprison. Man in prison.
I tell you, there is no man.
Ooh.
All right, just forget it.
Let me show you then.
Mr. Ellington, would you really go to the police?
Would you?
Very well. I've told you the truth, but only a part of it. Now I see I shall have to tell you the whole truth.
Well, that was kind of easy.
Then you do hear it.
As I have heard it every hour of every day for 5 long years. When I told you that no man howled at the Hermitage, I was being perfectly honest. But
Theatrical. So the Howling Man implies that he's a werewolf. But is he a werewolf, or is he an actual devil, or is he both?
the devil himself. What you saw in the cell is Satan. You asked for the truth. Now you have it.
I don't know if I believe that truth.
Don't you?
Sure, of course.
Now it is you who are lying, Mr. Ellington. You don't believe me at all. Quite to the contrary. Let me tell you a story, and we'll see how certain you are that I am mad.
These camera angles are making me mad. It's very like Evil Dead-esque.
You consider us to be primitive because we live here in solitude. We are a degree in philosophy, a job that took me to the ends of the earth. This beard, this staff, and this faith are merely the results of a different point of view. 5 years ago, there were no howls in the Hermitage. It was simply the bombed-out ruin of an old castle. Baron Wolfram gave it to the Brotherhood of Truth as a gesture of charity. We feel that we are recognized by God. Truth is our dogma. Shortly after the Great War, the world was in chaos, except in this little village below. For some reason, the people of Schwarzhof refused to yield to despair. They lost none of their faith and happy. Wholesale sinning that we have stopped.
I promise to keep your secret.
Tomorrow, if you feel well enough, you may leave.
I think he's just saying that to get the hell out of there.
Go directly to his room.
Good night, brother.
Well, that was quite a story he told. I don't know if I believe any of it. I mean, He could have things wrong. You never know. He just believes that his staff, you shall not pass. You know, I mean, would you believe it?
He lied to you, didn't he? What did he say? He said you were the devil. That's good. It would be my death warrant. Jerome is mad, but he's shrewd, too.
Brother Jerome was fearful you might lose your way.
I still don't know who to believe here. That's the only interesting part of this episode so far. Who to trust in this wicked, wicked house.
Why are you locking the door?
To protect you. Rest now, Mr. Ellington. Remember, you're still a very sick man.
Oh, is he going to go let out the devil? I mean, how could someone prove to you that they're not the devil? Someone could prove to you that they are. But again, okay. We're in the Twilight Zone now, so. He's still constantly sick or whatever's going on with his mind. I mean, he stuck his whole arm. Yeah. This man just asked him, why couldn't you do it yourself? Wait a minute. This is a trick.
Hurry! Hurry! Stop! Stop!
Oh, because the staff, he can't touch it. He can't touch it. Oh, no. Oh, he is the devil. I think he is the devil. Oh, I think he just messed up. Oh my God, the horns. Ooh, classic. Very cool. Okay, so that staff was real. It was holding him from escaping.
I'm sorry for you, my son. All your life you will remember this night, and you'll know whom you have turned loose upon the world.
I saw.
Oh, how did he find him? That, I mean, I understand these episodes are really short, but girl, really?
Ancient folks say
He just
you
said.
can catch the devil, but you can't hold him long.
He just said.
Ask David Ellington. They know to the end of their days and beyond.
Wow.
Twilight Zone.
Wow. Whoa. When you really think of that. Okay.
Of the Twilight Zone, we'll tell you about next week's story after this word.
I'll wait.
And now, Mr. Serling.
Next week, you'll see the
Wanted to see the actors involved really quick. John Carradine and H.M. Wynant. Robin Hughes, Frederick Ledber. Okay. Let's talk about it, guys. The Howling Man. All right, Flick Stalkers, that was another interesting episode. That one was a little more, it had pockets of drawn-out dialogue, so it was a little, not boring, but it was not as much action as something like the last episode that I watched, A Thing About Machines, where it was, spooky things happening. There was spooky things happening in this, but it was kind of a build-up. You didn't know what was happening. Should you believe the devil, or should you, obviously Jerome, or should you believe, I already forget the man's name, but with the staff, thou shalt not pass, that man, the brother, I should say. So it was kind of one of those mysteries, psychological. Also, you had the pivot of the camera angles that were really causing a lot of just vertigo inside of me that, just kind of slanted. And it really does something to your psyche, warps you out a little bit. Kind of interesting in an episode like this, but the whole location itself was very, very interesting. These men that were kind of the protectors and the gatekeepers, so to speak, for holding this evil back. And it really made me think, in the totality of everything, these pockets where there wasn't war or extreme evil, was that because they held the devil for that many years and then he escapes and then other wars come out? That's crazy when you really think about it like that. Evil at a large magnitude is because the devil. So it had to have gotten out. And then he was able to capture the Howling Man again. That's wild. I also want to mention, too, we're getting towards the end of the year in this episode when it did premiere, November 4th, 1960. So, man, we'll be getting into 61 very, very shortly, very, very soon. Times are a-changing. I mean, I know I've seen a couple of different episodes where they were shot directly for TV, I think people were telling me, or so obviously the quality looks a little different in some of them. So we'll see how that affects kind of my viewing, but I'm ready to get into the next one, guys. This one was fine. I will say that. It's not been one of my favorites so far, but it was interesting. I would say it's interesting lore. Like, especially if you like reading spooky novels or something like that, this is something that I think most people would enjoy. But let's get into episode 6, guys. Season 2, Eye of the Beholder. And if you've made it this far, guys, please hit that big thumbs up. Consider subscribing today for more. Ooh, the mummy.
Nurse?
Come for your sleeping medicine, honey.
Is it night already?
It's 9:30.
What about the day? Well, was it a beautiful day? Was it warm? Was the sun out?
It was kind of warm.
Yes.
I never was much for staring up at the sky.
I used to like to look at the clouds a lot. If you stare at them long enough, they become things. You know what I mean?
She has a very hypnotic, like ASMR type voice.
When will they take the bandages off? How long, nurse?
Until they decide whether or not they can fix your face.
Oh.
What happened?
I guess it's pretty bad, isn't it?
I've seen worse.
Oh, I know it's pretty bad. Ever since I can remember, ever since I was a little girl, people have turned away when they looked at me.
Oh.
Funny.
Was it cosmetic?
There's another little child screaming when she looked at me. I never really wanted to be beautiful. I never wanted to look like a painting. I just wanted people not to scream when they looked at me.
That's terrible.
You've been waiting so long now.
Some people don't, they have the ugly duckling syndrome and they don't blossom, and you have to get cosmetic surgery.
Ever see her face, 307?
Indeed I have. If it were mine, I'd bury myself in a grave someplace.
Terrible.
Poor thing. Some people want to live no matter what. Cigarette?
It's kind of interesting they're not showing these women's faces, too.
Suspended in time and space for a moment, your introduction to Miss Janet Tyler, a universe whose dimensions are the size, thickness, length of a swath of bandages that cover her face. In a moment, we'll go back into this room, and also in a moment, we'll look under those bandages, keeping in mind, of course, that we're not to be surprised by what we see, because this isn't just a hospital. And this patient 307 is not just a woman. This happens to be the Twilight Zone. And Miss Janet Tyler, with you, is about to enter it.
We'll have those bandages off you very soon. I expect you're pretty uncomfortable. It's your 9th visit here.
9?
It is the 9th.
The 11th. You know, sometimes I think I've lived my whole life inside of a dark cave. And the wind that blows in through the mouth of the cave smells of ether and disinfectant. There's a kind of a comfort living inside this cave. It's wonderfully private. Nobody can ever see me.
Well, that's hard to say. You haven't responded to the shots, the medications. Frankly, you've stumped us, Miss Tyler. Nothing we've done so far has made any difference at all. I'm sorry your case is not one that we could have handled with plastic surgery, but your bone structure, flesh type...
No more after this, are they, Doctor? No more tries.
11 is the mandatory number of experiments. You may very well have responded to these last injections.
They're being very careful of not showing anybody's face.
And there are alternatives. Each of us is afforded as much opportunity as possible to fit in with society. Think of the time and the money and the effort expended to make you look normal the way you'd like to look.
Please, may I just go and sit in the garden? Just to feel the air, just to smell the flowers, just to make believe I am normal. If I sit out there in the darkness, and I'm more a part of it like that, not just grotesque, ugly woman with a bandage on her face, with a special darkness all around. Please, Doctor, please help me.
One of the alternatives, just in the event that this last treatment is not successful, this is simply to allow you to move into a special area in which people of your kind have been congregated.
People of your... I want to see what the heck she looks like.
Oh, you mean segregated? You ain't in prison, don't you, Doctor? You're talking about a ghetto, aren't you? A ghetto designed for freaks.
Now, the state is not unsympathetic. Your presence here in this hospital is proof of that. You're not being rational, Miss Tyler. Now, you know you can't expect to live any kind of a life among normal people.
I could try. I could wear a mask. I wouldn't bother anybody. I'd just go my own way. I'd get a job. Who are you people anyway? What is this state? Who makes all these rules and statutes? The people who are different have to stay away from the people who are normal. The state isn't God, Doctor.
She is so fed up.
State is not God. It hasn't the right to penalize somebody for an accident of birth. It hasn't the right to make ugliness a crime.
Tyler, Miss Tyler, stop this immediately.
Oh,
I feel the air. I can smell the flowers.
this is an alternative right here. Jump. Ah!
Please take this off me. Oh, take it off me! Take it off me!
Ooh, she's a good actress, and I can't even see what she looks like.
No. Let me go.
What is she going to have? Like 3 eyes, 2 noses? What?
All right, then, I will take the bandages off. Get the anesthetist.
Yes, Doctor.
Now, when does a doctor ever do that? Just because a patient wants the bandages off prematurely? All right, let's just do it. And I told you so, you know, but this woman won't listen.
You mustn't let yourself get personally involved here.
You see, nurse, I've looked underneath those bandages.
It's horrible.
No, I mean deeper than that. I've seen that woman's real face, nurse. The face of her real self. It's a good face. It's a human face.
I understand. It's easier for me to think of her as human when her face is covered up.
Why must we feel that way, nurse? What is the dimensional difference between beauty and something repellent? Is it skin deep? Less than that. Why shouldn't people be allowed to be different? Why?
Doctor.
Seems like he was having a little change of heart, the doctor, as far as like just understanding what she was trying to say about living in a society amongst them.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our leader.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight,
I shall talk to you about glorious conformity.
Okay, I could see from afar, but that guy looked a little weird.
I'm going to cut the bandages a section at a time. Very gradually. The process has to be slow so that your eyes can become accustomed to the light. Now, if you make any movement or if you start getting emotional on this, Miss Tyler, I'm going to have the nurses hold you down and have the anesthetist put you under sedation. You understand that?
All right, here we go. The unwrapping process. This is what it's been building to.
I'm at the last layer of bandages, Miss Tyler.
I can just see you.
Good. All right, Miss Tyler, I'm going to remove the last of the bandages now. I want you to remember this, please. Now, we have done all we could do. If we've been successful, well and good, there are no problems. If, on the other hand, this final treatment has not achieved the desired result, that you can still live a long and fruitful life among people of your own kind.
If I'm still terribly ugly, well, is there any other alternative? Could I please be put away?
Well, under certain circumstances, Miss Tyler, the state does provide for the extermination of undesirables. However, there are many factors to be considered in the decision.
I cannot believe that.
Transfer you to a communal group of people with your disability.
Cave dwellers.
I wish you every good luck.
Remember, guys, I'm watching a Blu-ray copy, so I can kind of see in the shadows what they look like.
Oh.
I knew she was going to be hot. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. And they are creature-like. Yeah, I knew it. Yeah. Once I saw the man on the TV, it was a dead giveaway.
We know now a single norm, a single approach.
There's definitely a world out there, a bizarre world where everybody looks like that, for sure.
We must cut out all that is different, like a cancerous growth. As incredible for this norm is conformity. We must worship and hold faith.
For some reason, I thought this woman was older. Just the way she sounded.
Miss Tyler, he's only a representative from the group you're going to live with. Don't be afraid. He won't hurt you. Don't be afraid. It's all right.
Is it Rod Serling? No, it's just a hot guy.
Mr. Walter Smith. Mr. Smith is in charge of the village group.
I know, Mr. Smith. He's quite ugly to look at. I'm sorry.
We have a lovely village and wonderful people. I think you're going to like it where I'm going to take you. You'll feel a sense of great belonging. And you will be loved, Miss Tyler. Would you get your things now? We can leave any time.
Mr. Smith, why do we have to look like this?
I don't know, Miss Tyler. I really don't know. But you know something? It doesn't matter. There's an old saying. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. When we leave here, when we go to the village, try to think of that, Miss Tyler. Say it over and over to yourself. Come on now. We'll get your things and we'll leave.
Goodbye, Miss Tyler.
You filthy, ugly monster.
Now the questions that come to mind. Where is this place and when is it? What kind of world where ugliness is the norm and beauty the deviation from that norm? The answer is it doesn't make any difference. Because the old saying happens to be true. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. In this year or 100 years hence, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Lesson to be learned in the Twilight Zone.
Very interesting to ponder. Okay, guys. Okay. I do like the twist of that story, that last one, the eye of the beholder. Wanted to see who this woman was. Maxine Stewart. I believe that's her. Okay, let's talk about this episode, guys, once again. Season 2, Episode 6, The Eye of the Beholder. All right, Flow Stalkers, another episode I did dig. I mean, I like that one actually a lot better than the first episode, The Howling Man. It was a little more interesting and tension-filled along the way. You didn't know what to expect when the wraps were coming undone. And this is kind of when, unfortunately, I'm doing myself a disservice by watching these on Blu-ray, on a format like this, where the quality is just... it's phenomenal. The restorations on these are phenomenal. So unfortunately, when they aired these or when they showed them, you were probably watching these things where when people were completely in darkness in the shadow, you could not make out the pig face or whatever they were showing. So when I'm watching it on the Blu-ray, I could see all that, unfortunately, even though there's a shadow there. And I think they did something that they shouldn't have done. They shouldn't have showed that man on the TV. I could see it clear as day that man looked different. And once I saw that, I was like, oh, putting two and two together, that the reason why they're not showing everybody's face is because they themselves look different, and that's the norm. And she is different to them, but not to us, and she's beautiful. She's one of the beautiful people. So it was a nice twist, obviously eyes, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, like they say. And I do think that is true. I mean, usually people that say that are ugly themselves physically. But am I going to be mean here? No, we're talking about the Twilight Zone. We're not talking about real life. So that being said, I thought it was a good episode. I thought our leading lady, she very well acted, up until the end where she's, very frantic and stuff like that. And, I'm still pretty, even though I've been told that I've been ugly in this world. And she's going to live amongst her own people in this commune. I thought that was interesting. So there we go, guys. I enjoyed that episode. You guys let me know. That one was one that was kind of like skin deep, no pun intended. Like, it makes you really, really think and ponder life sometimes about what we say or how we act or how we try to perceive and can convey ourselves in, modern civilization or modern just life when it comes to beauty standards. I mean, because even back then in 1960, they were still, really obsessed with beauty standards. So, and that's still today in 2026. So you guys let me know what you guys thought of these episodes. If you guys did appreciate my thoughts, please hit that big thumbs up. Consider subscribing today for more. Make sure to click all the links down below. Click on the Patreon if you guys want to watch full episodes, unedited and uncut. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm gone. Peace.